All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakwadash. A double honors to the apostles, elders at Great Millstone. Salutations to your occupants out there doing the work in truth and sincerity. All right, so the mark of the beast is a branding. All right, and sin is the transgression of the law. All right, and to say that the mark of the beast is sin is a very vague statement. All right, it really has uh, no substance to it because it's highly vague, And I noticed Jake does that, when really, court issues are being brought up. They just, they vaguely say something and not really cover what they're saying. Because in a sense, when you take the mark of the beast, you are committing the ultimate, you know, sin or transgression of the law. Okay. For one, and it's a few things. Okay. When you take in this mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip, which is going to be forced upon the world. Okay. When you take it, you're consenting, or you're specifying that the system in which the RFID chip is a main tool or main vehicle. All right. The system, you are basically saying that you belong to the system. You give allegiance to the system in which, the RFID chip is used as a tool for the frameworks, all right, of this new world order, the establishment, all right. And so that's one of the things, okay. And another thing is the branding. It's a brand, okay. It's literally a branding, all right. That's going to be placed underneath your skin, all right. And so there's another broken law. So yeah, if you take the mark of the beast, you are breaking the Lord's commandments. All right, to put it straight. But the RFID chip or Slakia, the mark of the beast, is not sin. It's a very vague, incomplete statement. Okay, incomplete statement, I should say, Slakia. Okay, very vague and not specific at all. Okay, sin is simply the transgression of the law. All right, and so I guess if you put it in that light, if you take the mark of the beast, are you committing sin? Yes. But the mark of the beast is not sin. It's an actual thing. Okay. An actual thing, which is going to be, like I said, it's the frameworks on how the society is going to be ran. It's going to be a digital currency. And the RFID is going to be the RFID tag or chip, which is the mark of the beast, is going to be how you buy and sell within the frameworks of the society. Okay. So, just getting to the lesson, I did have some notes, but, I only say, the mark of the beast is a branding and sin is transgression of the law, which I mentioned. If the mark was sin, then that means we all have it and we're all doomed. And that's just as simple as you can put it. Okay, because none of us are perfect. We all sin. As the scriptures say, we all fall short of the glory of God, which means we can never be righteous, okay, fully. All right. Sin was set in the heart of Adam. And ever since Adam transgressed, every man that came from him transgressed as well. So we would all be doomed off that alone. Okay. So, but the Lord is merciful, man. And when we leave, that's why the scriptures say, let God be true. Yea, let God be true and every man a liar. Because these men, they teach off the precepts of men, off the understanding of men. And we completely miss the spiritual intention behind what's being read. or the spiritual instructions. Okay. And so we cannot take man's word, for definite, proclamation. It's the Heavenly Father's word, all right, with understanding, okay, and discernment. Let's select it. So the statement I really wanted to make was basically is that the people that do not teach that the RFID chip is in fact the mark of the beast, these are the ones that are justifying the wicked. It's plain as day. It is plain as day. It's evident. Because this would imply that this will give the excuse, all right, because they vaguely break the scripture down, and they break it down completely wrong. This would imply that they want this kingdom to continue, okay? This would imply that they, basically, if they had the opportunity, they would take the RFID chip without no guilty conscience. As long as you can say, it's something else than what it is, then that would give Jake the excuse or the liberty to take this thing. All right. Which, is nothing new under the sun. Okay. And Salakia, Lord willing, I'm making sense, and I'm trying to the best of my ability, but, we have examples in the scriptures of, a man finding his own way. I mean, finding an excuse to his own going, as the scriptures say. All right. And we find that example here in Maccabees, the first chapter. Okay. All right. During the Hasmonean dynasty. Okay. Yeah. And abomination, desolation, or the abomination that make it desolate. Okay. When they profane the temple. Okay. Under Antiochus Epiphanes IV. All right. Which I believe he was the king of the Seleucid Empire. Okay. The Greeks. Okay. So this is First Maccabees 1 and 10, and we find that in this event, you've seen Jake basically consenting or making a covenant, which was the ultimate sin, with other nations to participate in their way of life. And that's what Jake is doing now. Okay, they want to participate in the new world to come. Okay, because really they don't have the faith and they don't believe that the kingdom of heaven is going to be established here on earth. Okay, and so that would make sense why they would make the excuse that the RFID chip is not the mark of the beast. And in fact, they're saying that the mark of the beast is sin, which is very vague. All right, in an incomplete statement. All right, it's a foolish statement. Okay, it says First Maccabees 1 and 10. It says, and there came out of them Maccabees 1 and 8, 1 and 9. It says, and after his death, and this is talking about Alexander the Great, they all put crowns upon themselves, so did their sons after them, and these are the Greeks, Edomites. Many years and evils multiplied in the earth. All right, and there came out of them a wicked root, Antiochus, or Antiochus, a surname Epiphanes, son of Antiochus the king, who had been in hostage at Rome. All right, and this is right before the Roman Empire was fully established. All right, it says, and he reigned in the 137th year of the kingdom of the Greeks. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men. So Israelites, there were wicked Israelites, all right, during this time. It says, who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. Okay, for since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. Okay, and that's why you Jakes You love to seek love. All right. And it shows here. You wanted to be a part of the heathenistic customs, the heathenistic culture. All right. Because, of course, it's a sport for men to do wickedly. Okay. It's a sport for men to do wickedly. And they pretty much was sorry that they could not join these festivities. Okay. Verse 12, it says, so this device pleased them well. Okay. That covenant pleased them well. Just like it pleases you, Jakes, you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans here in America. Okay. All right. Certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen. All right. And so that's what you do. You get license to do after the customs of what, this Edomite establishment allows you to do. And it's simple. It's things so simple like driving a car. You have to get a license. This makes you a productive citizen of society. Okay. When you play sports, you have to sign contracts. You have to sign waivers. All right. Especially those that play, professional ball or any professional level. All right. You sign contracts. All right. And sports, we all know, goes back to Rome. It goes back to the Greeks. Okay. That's when it was the most popular. And that's what most of the sports that we see today, their origin lies within, these different kingdoms. Okay. So Salakia. So yeah, there you go. You got Jake, Salakia. I'm gonna read one more verse, Salakia. So Jake wanted to be involved in these heathenistic customs. It says, whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem according to the customs of the heathen. You see? And made themselves uncircumcised and forsook the holy covenant. All right. And joined themselves to the heathen and were sold to do mischief. Now, this is a heavy sin right here, because you now not only are you making a covenant with the heathen, which the law goes against that. Now you're about to worship and serve their idols and their customs and do what they do as they do. All right. You know the old saying, when in Rome, right? Do as the Romans do. Okay. And that's what our people was doing. All right. In the Greek Empire leading up to the Roman Empire. Okay. So let's go back. And that's what our people want to do. But they want to do it. Well, now, the difference is now between then and now, the covenant that they want to make, all right, is be part or be able to thrive and survive within the society. And the only way they're going to be able to do that is to have that RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast. Okay. Going back to the word charagma, all right, in Revelations, the 13th chapter, all right. So it says a stamp, all right, imprinted mark, a mark of the mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand as the badge of the followers of the Antichrist. All right. The mark branded upon a horse, the thing carved, sculpture, graven work of idolatrous images. All right. And practically that's what the RFID chip is. All right. Even though they put it underneath your skin, but its function is to brand you. All right. And you're going to get it from a company, the company which is going to mass produce it. And whoever that company is, that's who you're going to be branded by. All right. It's that simple. Okay. It's like putting on, clothing brands or brand new clothes. You see, it says karax. All right. So this is a root word, karax, which means pale estate. And this is how this this item or this instrument is going to be issued by through pale or stake, a palisade. All right, which when you going deep into that, it's talking about the cannula. All right, which administers, which is going to administer the RFID chip. All right, pales between which earthstone, but yeah, palisade or rampart. All right, because you make it sharp at the end, a rampart. All right, like in the old movies or in the ancient times at the castle front gates, you know, when when an enemy would come, they would come with a rampart and with the sharp end. It would be a ramming instrument with a sharp end to what? To make to pretty much produce blunt force and to pierce the front gates. So what are they doing with the RFID chip, the cannula, or the instrument, the syringe? All right, it's pricking you. It's opening you up, man. All right, is the action of a rampart. All right. So in the scriptures are clear, man. It's just these people. These are the people. These are the liars, man. Because the scriptures talk about a wicked man findeth an excuse to his going, and that's what Jake is doing. All right. So let's get that, and then I only have a few more precepts. Slacking. This was kind of rough getting through this one, but it is 4 a.m, so slacking. Bear with me. All right. So. All right. Let's see if it comes up, Salakia. Oh. All right, so Salaki, this is Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus chapter 32, verse 17. It says, a sinful man will not be reproved, meaning corrected, but findeth an excuse according to his will. All right? And for the most part, this is our people. All right? That's why the Lord calls us, stiff-necked and hard-hearted. Okay, because we'll find an excuse to do what we please to do according to our will. Okay, and not according to the Lord's, the Heavenly Father's will. Okay, and that's what Jake is doing. They're finding an excuse to take that RFID chip because ultimately they really want people to they really don't want a definite answer. All right, and they don't want the truth, really. Okay, they don't want to be told that they got to give up their life for this one, for or give up their life in this world, this current age for the kingdom of heaven. Okay, and nobody wants to go through that humiliation. Nobody wants to go through these different things. Okay, all right, and that's why they can't understand the plight of the elect, the chosen. All right, the sons of God. Okay. All right, so, and it's just the same old thing, man. The scriptures talk about there's nothing new under the sun. Okay, let's get that. Because the same thing they did then, they're doing now. Okay, Ecclesiastes 1:9. The thing that hath been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done, is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun. All right, so if they did it then, they're doing it now, because you know what they say, history repeats itself. Okay, history repeats itself, and if you're not bound to correct it, the mistake, you're going to end up repeating the same mistake. Okay. So what else did I have? Jeremiah 51:6. Because another good point is that America's falling due to, uh, you know, this this new world, this new world order that everybody is accepting. The whole world is going to fall due to it. Okay. And really they're driving themselves to, to their own destruction by bringing in this cashless society, bringing in this fully automated society, which is coupled with AI and these different technologies, which is set up to destroy man, you know. But hey, have it, okay. But the point is that, we're not supposed to be making covenants with these devils, and ultimately that's what Jake is saying is okay to do. Right now, it's okay to take the vaccine. That's what they're saying at the UPK, ISUPK. Take the vaccine. Then it'll be, oh, that vaccine ain't, gonna do nothing to you. Then it's gonna be, I'll take the chip, so you can eat, and that's the direction that these guys are headed in. Jeremiah 51:6, flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul, be not cut off in her iniquity. For this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. Okay. See, this time is the Lord's vengeance. The very end we've been speaking on. All right. And I'm sure, people have been speaking on the end of time since the beginning of time. But this is the age. Okay. Where these words are going to be, these words are going to be become true. All right. So be not cut off in her iniquity. All right. And this whole RFID chip, this is the iniquity. This is the sin. This is the transgression. Okay. What, people are going to transgress. They're going to commit sin by taking the mark. All right. Not by the mark being sin. It's very vague and incomplete, But people are going to commit sin by taking the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast. All right. Which, like I explained, making a covenant. Okay. Making a pact. All right. So be not cut off in her iniquity, because part of this RFID chip, the RFID chip is the iniquity. All right. Because the law says you cannot make graven images. You cannot worship other gods. You're not supposed to, do the custom of the heathen, See, and those three things are the main reasons why Jake is still trying to make it in this society, just like they did during the Maccabees. All right, so, one thing to, 2nd Ezra 16 and 68. All right, it says, for behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols. All right. And this is how the chip is going to be forced upon people. They're going to take people. They're going to lock people up. All right. They're not going to be able to move or do anything. And they're going to force, all right, and feed you being idle, being locked up, because idols don't move, all right, with things offered unto idols. And that's going to be the RFID chip, because that's going to be offered to these people. Okay. It says, verse 69, and they that consent unto them shall be had in derision. All right. And when you go into covenant, and what the RFID chip, the mark of the beast, really represents is that covenant that people are making with the beast. Okay. That pretty much seals the agreement. All right. and you consent unto them, all right, you shall be had in derision. All right. Meaning you're going to be laughed at. It's going to be a laughing stock. Okay. Because ultimately Esau is playing for souls. All right. He's playing for souls, and he's trying to pretty much take everyone's soul in the world, because he's being casted out of it. And so he wants to bring everybody down with him. All right. So this is Revelations 12:12, which explains, all right, this devil's plight. Revelations 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. So this devil is being cast out of this world, all right, by the power of Yahweh Shemel Shai, through this truth, through this word, okay? And he knows it. He knows his kingdom is, he's losing his kingdom, okay? And so, therefore, he's coming down with great wrath. He's coming to bring wrath, because if he can't have it, nobody can have it. And that's his attitude. All right, that's his attitude. Okay, and that's his attitude towards you tribes. All right, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. You know, yeah, didn't want to really go too deep, but you know, just basically, you know, explain some common sense points. Yeah, so once again, Lord willing, this was edifying. Shalom.